air starts to rise, and then it hits the cold surfaces and it starts to fall. And moving air does make it feel colder. But the wonderful thing about radiant heat is that you can heat the floors at a relatively low heat, and that at a relatively low temperature, and that makes people really comfortable, and you don't have to heat all the air up to a really high temperature. So you can keep your heat set at, you know, the low 60s or something, and people are just as comfortable as a building that's heated with air at the 70s. You know, so it really makes a difference in the occupant comfort, and it does use a lot less energy than heating with air.
You don't get you're talking about convective loops and air movement, but you don't get anywhere near the amount of air movement that you do from a forced hot air system.
Exactly.
Which I always found annoying. I had a fire in my house, and I had the opportunity to switch out to a high efficiency boiler, and I put all the radiant
it's so
in my
great,
house,
and it's silent, which is great.
Well,
for
that
the
depends.
events
Sometimes when the heat kicks on and you hear crinkle, crinkle, because I have the kind where you staple up the aluminum plate, and it expands, and maybe I put the plates on too tight. I don't know. This was the first time I did it, so it crinkles a little bit, but.
So what's the difference between high efficiency and, say, a standard efficiency boiler? Like, what are we talking about percentage-wise?
Depends on the fuel.
Yeah, I think a lot of regular efficiency boilers are, depending on how old they are, they can be as inefficient as in the 60s, I think, percent. But most high efficiency boilers are up in the 90s. And, you know, high 80s might be borderline, but really in the 90s, 90%.
95%. Is this what we call a condensation boiler?
I think that's what they're,
It probably is, because
This
it's
one's
being
supposed to
vented
be
through.
even more efficient
Yeah,
than
it's not
95%.
yeah.
That's great.